And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Shadow Empire. Decided to basically do an extra stream. So this is a little bit earlier in the scheduling than I would normally have recorded. Taking a quick look around the map to figure out where we're. I did notice that we in the last stream we had just barely skipped from third into second. We'll see how successful you are at holding that. We need to get more planet. And we need to get more people. In fact, maybe the reason we're in second now is because our people has been starting to go up and we have a lot more land than Belzier's commune, who is actually the one we share a land border with. So if we were to start a war with a major, we'd actually be starting a war with the person who's basically number 3 at the moment. We are also working to make this a better landing zone. Sort of to handle the landing zone, this is going to basically become a small city. Doesn't really have any resources, so I'm not 100% sure how big I'm going to make the city, but it's going to be a small city for the moment, just to do port duties for the offense. I think that might be the capital of the zone. Either it's the ruins, one of the two. Peace for that group. Yeah. One thing I could do, which we'll check to see how plausible it is before we move on, before we cycle the turn, is if I have any guards too. And I should still have some guards too. There we go. Let's do a mass upgrade of guards 2 to guards 3. If possible, upgrade all of them. Okay. And in theory, all of them just got upgraded, so we may now have no guards left. Right. No troops left. So none of those. Everything's guard 3. Okay, so we can obsolete that one. Everything's going to focus on guards 3. There's no real reason to pay for guards 2 if we have guards 3 as an option, because guards 3 is just that much better. You okay? And yeah, over the next couple turns, we'll try to position the militia to secure this northern road up into Faltmouth. Most of our other zones, I think, are fairly safe. We may also seek to invest in some more ports. Yeah, might seek to invest in some more ports, just in case we do go to war with the major over here and we get cities cut off to supply them via port. Anyway, we worked out earlier that our sea transport over there is full for the moment. Colonists have been assigned. We've got 8 political power, which I don't think really is enough, so let's go ahead and actually move for the first turn in the video. Right now we are, well, technically we're at war with no one. We sort of have a Cold War border with one of the miners, so they may move to respond to our troops moving, taking some of our territory. Otherwise, I'm not necessarily expecting anything aggressive to happen other than maybe some sea wildlife being a problem. One thing I maybe should start doing is contemplating upgrading that rare earth mine and building more solar panels, especially in the cities where we're using biofurnaces for energy production, because in some of those cases it's not sustainable. Obviously, we're gonna burn through all the wood fairly quickly. Steel land, round 117. 6 decisions awaiting us. We've got access to a new type, which is light aircraft. So we're going to develop that. We're not necessarily going to field any. I might start contemplating fielding them once I can run transport planes. Because we may, depending upon where we're thinking about, swap over transport planes so that we can save a little bit of money. But that's not happening anytime soon. Wait, that might take those forests back, but that'll be fine. Actually finished. So next turn, this should mostly turn green. We'll see. If you want us to get 9 bureaucratic assets, we've got 8. I'm not opposed to that. We'll accept. We'll probably actually complete that demand just to get some word score. It's easy enough of a thing to do that I think we should do. Light aircraft. So usually my light aircraft is my default generic fighter. Actually, to do this, I should really probably do a blueprint. So blueprint, light aircraft, new blueprint. Fighter, it's probably light aircraft, so it's probably gonna have a light engine, tiny wings, some fuel. This is gonna be the first thing that rocks a gun, so we want to give it some guns. Right now, non-viable. If we give you bigger engine will make you viable for ground takeoff, but not for fuel. Limited range, so that's 2 hexes. We want something probably better than 2 hexes. It's more engine helping. A little bit. Six hexes, okay. Seven would work. None of that works with small wings. Okay, we want medium engine. Yeah, looks like this is what we're gonna run. Fighter, medium engine, small wings with a 3,000 liter fuel tank with twin Gauss heavy machine guns. Future ones might come back and develop some like precision bombs or something like that, or rockets. We'll probably get rockets at some point. So, yeah. So that's what we'll develop. This doesn't need to be a perfect aircraft. I'm trying to design something viable in case we decide we want to use one. But the thought process here is actually in types. Light aircraft is the prerequisite for medium aircraft. Medium aircraft 1 engine is the prerequisite for medium aircraft 2 engine. 2 engine might actually serve as a decent transport plane, although heavier and more engines would make a better transport plane. So if we're trying to get transport planes up, we want the big multi-engine choices, so run lots of cargo. And if we can get enough range, we could hypothetically say run cargo across the ocean here, so that we don't have to worry about screwing up and not having a transport contract, or run cargo across the ocean over here instead of sea transport as well. Not too worried about random landings down here, which is why I've got it fairly loose. We've got our main army right now positioned around the capital, so we've got fairly loose there. In here, particularly, we'll be a little bit worried about getting cut off, and then sort of getting cut off between here and the place until we build a port, because we're not going to want to build a port anytime soon. Everywhere, obviously. We've got a makeshift one here. I suppose I could try building a regular one here, and then seeing if I can give a new transport contract to a non-makeshift port, but I think we'll be fine for that. So we just completed this port. Got level 2 bureaucratic office, level 1. Got level 2 here, level 2 here. Oh no, that's level 1. Level 1. No. And no. Okay, so complete that mission. Let's build a level 1 bureaucratic office. The level 1's pretty cheap. Level 2, I think, technically basically costs twice as much. It is 4 times as good. So that's maybe the trade-off there. Actually, because that is the trade-off, let's upgrade this bureaucratic office instead of building another one. It'll be a little bit slower to build, but it's fine. Move to there. If it stays on shore, we'll poke it next turn. And then we'll see if we can get another strategic redeploy. And remember the 4th across. Yes. I think because we're in Cold War with them, that's why it's not taking the farm here. I think that's a farm. Yeah. Truck station completed. Once it's completed, which it just finished, it's only going to need... I don't know why it dropped the workers. It probably needs more workers than what's got right now. So we want to probably dump more workers in here. Dumping 1,000 workers wouldn't be too much of a problem. Worst case scenario, I've got the zone on auto fire, so it'll fire the spare workers down to what it needs. Oh, actually, no, it had 1,400, which is pretty much, so it's just going to fire 1,000 workers, which is fine. Which will increase the number of citizens in the town. And next turn, we should be able to refresh the logistics and see that most of this turns green, so we can do a little bit better with the logistics stuff. Back to decisions. We like merit.
Roger that.
We could probably do without the mine, but we like merit. No, we want a population at this point. We like government, so we're not going to go with that option. Government's coming. It's fluctuating a lot, but it's coming up. Fist is a little bit coming up. The only one we've been really great at maintaining is meritocracy. Out of our ideal 3. Offer protection. If the... I still remember this being at 50, but maybe there's a diminishing returns effect on this that's dropping it once you get to like 200 something. So we're in the range where that would work if it was a 50. It's not a 50 for whatever reason. So we'll probably do some other stuff in the meantime. Probably, for example, deploy my militia houses. They're a bit expensive, 20 each.
Understood.
We'll deploy one of those. We'll come along with the militant one next. And yeah, I think we're assuming we have the metal, and well, that's a different problem. That's actually a pretty big assumption. Assuming we have metal, probably want to expand the rare earth mine, and we want to expand the power plants. Power isn't stable right now, so we probably, before I cycle the turn, we should go ahead and expand our solar power fields. This is going to cost 300 rare earth metal. We've got that. And we'll also go ahead and, to encourage the population to move over here, we're going to provide us some more government jobs in the form of more solar panels.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that'll be about 500 of our 700 rare earth. It's one of the reasons we're going to start hoarding it and start contemplating about getting this mine up. This is a little bit better mine, actually, than the metal mine. Just, we need metal more than we need rare earth metal, so... Well, right now we need it. That may change. That may change. And with that, we got some political power, but unless I'm going to try to toss out some proposed pieces, I think we're done with what we want to deploy. Yeah. And this one, yes, I could get peace with them, but they're technically at war with the Major. So we're not going to be able to integrate them. So we're going to, if we're going to take tough stuff from them, we're going to declare on them. So that piece is not very valuable. What is the rough opinion of everyone? Do I have someone that's grumpy? Director of the Interior Council. Of all the people to have a grumpy, it's the one person we can't use the Interior Council person to make better. Okay. So we'll actually... No, can't. That's not... I think it's the Secretary.
Standing by for orders. Roger that.
Guys, a council. Okay, this is not as individualized as hoping. So I could just raise the value for the council director. We're making a decent amount of money. I'll give everyone a 1 credit raise. Yeah, we'll give all the directors a one raise. I might actually give all the governors a raise as well.
Roger that.
So needless to say, that didn't really make a big difference. It's just plus 4 or 5 with everyone. But yes, somewhat a potential problem. How do we raise the... Well, we give him the metal merit if we had more political power, but... How do we raise his opinion? Oh, he might be a good target for Happy Family. If I had any fake ones, he'd be a good target for Happy Family. I could also try to recruit some leaders to target... our bad cards on. Oh, and this is where you get some more fist. We can just grab a militant inventor. Grab some more fist that way. That puts fist actually decently high at 61. Not that we've necessarily been... Well, like, we're trying to go fist, but we haven't necessarily been in a position where we make use of the fist stuff. We should see. Government's something where I'd like to get things like more industry, more happiness, that sort of stuff. Okay, so let's go on through the political power, let's cycle a turn. Let's see if the truck hubs and the port hubs upgrades that I've been doing will help us redeploy more troops faster. Seeing the major move around our territory. Nothing particularly threatening. We've been getting a little bit lucky with him that been mostly other people attacking him. So we've been losing the friendship pacts with other people instead of with him. Killed 200 infantry. Gained RPGs. It's good to see. Well, rocketry might be a thing I want at some point, but for tech focusing, I think we're good. We're going to finish up hydroponics, in which case then we'll try to be finding metal soil filtration. We do, at some point, want to get down to high-tech industry, because we're basically going to be using the metal from metal soil filtration to make high-tech parts to make the metal, is the cycle there, right? And really rapidly building up your industry. So needless to say, in the long run, we're going to want high-tech industry, we're going to want heavy industry, so we can build up our industry, because that's the two things that go into the higher tech industries that are expensive otherwise. Heavy industry is a little bit less important because we can workshop that. We can't workshop the high-tech. Whereas rocketry is just have rocket weapons, basically. So there is an argument maybe we're going to charge Goss small arms. As that would be one of the alternate requisites for high-tech industry, right? So we charge Goss, heavy combat armor, mines, advanced sensors. A lot of the stuff in here for military areas are really things we're going to want anyway. So where we might want rocketry, we can always backfill that once we've locked the requisites for high-tech. So let's go charge Goss small arms. And we can see, because we have research agreements with other people, that they will eventually just give us things like high-velocity guns and gas-powered small arms and that sort of stuff. So prioritizing getting to the techs we want for fixing the industry we want is a high priority. And we'll take the relationship increase. One problem, because I haven't been able to really stick to government very well, is we do have a lot of people that are aligned with commerce, just because we've been accepting so much commerce stuff. Which may be a thing that will come to bite us in the butt later. That's one of the reasons why the director of the Interior Council, for example, is not super happy, because he's commerce aligned. Though he is fist aligned, so we're fist and militia, and we like fist and militia, so we're buffing him at the same time we're hurting him. So we.
Yes, sir.
Ah, and now we can see we now have some green. Huzzah! Okay, we also see, well, the zone is giving a farmstead. I'm not particularly like that. We have found an iron mine. Oh, more iron. So, needless to say, first thing we're doing, get me a road there. When we take over the zone, take over Minos, which we now know where the capital of Minos is. When you take over Minos, we'll want a road down from this port to Minos anyway. So that bit actually makes sense, right? So we'll run the road in there, that bit. This guy will grab that hex on the next one. Then we'll start forming up on the bottom and start contemplating actually doing a proper invasion. That's the HQ for the 4th Light. We might not send the HQ... Well, we definitely don't want to send the HQ until all the battle elements cross. There's the last bit of the 4th. Strategic move. We do have the capacity to send it across. That's good to see. Oh, and we do have enough to send the HQ across. We'll send the HQ across. Oh, I'm definitely liking the improvements in strategic redeployment we're getting here. Okay, so we can now really start to contemplate sending things. So we're able to basically send, like, I think 2 light infantry across the road, or the river at the moment, or the river. This is the river, guys. No, it's across the ocean here. So that's a good thing to see. Does look like I probably, with that road, overbuilt a little bit. So we may have some delays with our constructions on the next turn. We have 34 political power. I think we're still in the place where offer protection is not going to work. We're going to have to save up and get lucky with the meritocracy giving us some pleas of friendship. But I think we can still diplomatic that guy. It's just not going to be tomorrow. Militia house, militant militia house. We gain some fist, gain some militia growth. Oh, and we are in a position to grab the scrap card. Town customs. Okay, so we might play some of that. As long as it's like status militia meritocracy, we'll play them. I'm not really in the money state for that. Let's actually look. Personnel. Our unemployed reserve pool. We've got a 5 in the reserve pool, which is real nice. Okay. Decent charisma. He is an inventor, so he probably wants to be in charge of inventing stuff. And we got a 2. The 2 is probably decent for covert ops, so if we take up the covert ops department, we can do that. So the question is, do I want to free up people from councils? For example, I could remove this guy. Right, as he's using inventor, he's using science. He's got decent levels in those, but I think we're already at the point where the new 5 capacity guy would just be better. At least inventor. He'd be a little bit slower at science, but I think that'd be fine. He'd quickly level up science and get his int bonus, which would be a significant int bonus. So let's roll that. So we're going to say director, our worst director, which is the director of the Military Research Council, we're probably going to remove from his job. So I'm going to call you up. We're going to ask you to be relieved. This is going to cause opinion hits with everyone. We're obviously not giving him a better job. We're not actually thinking about giving him another job. So we'll just give him the no. Tell him the no. That pisses a bunch of people off. But next turn we'll replace him with the Camp 5 guy, probably. And then the other thing we can do is we can attempt to retire him. Oh no, the political power is pretty high on these for the moment, so we'll wait a bit. Oh well, bronze is only 7, so we can attempt a bronze retirement. Reserve pool. I'm assuming you are the former guy. No, you're the Cap 5. Okay. You are the Cap 1, so you're the former guy. We're gonna fire you. 83, so it's gonna take a while. It's gonna be hard to get rid of him. It's probably gonna fail. Failed. It is still lowering his seniority points, which over time will lower the difficulty. Is what's going on. We'll just have to roll multiple times. Okay, and we cycle the turn. I probably should well, I say slow down on building. I need to slow down on building more roads so that we have the industrial capacity to finish our power plants, because our power reserve is running a little low. And I say power plants, I mean solar power plants. We don't actually have power plants research yet, so we can't burn petrol. This might be a decent map to burn petrol, because we do have multiple petrol wells. That tends to be the balancing act on a lot of plants. You either tend to get lots of oil and low metal, or you get lots of metal and you get low oil. I tend to actually prefer high metal and low oil, because you can build oil. It's a little bit hard, because there's no low-tech metal sources besides mines. It's a little bit hard to fix the metal problem if you have a metal problem. The other way around, right? If you've got a lot of metal, yeah, it's not going to be cheap, but you can turn like food and stuff into petrol. Right, so the forest is all across. For the moment, I think I'm going to leave the HQs as the port garrison. So I'm assuming our construction was delayed. It was delayed a little bit, but it'll finish up next turn, which is good to see. Shouldn't be any more delayed if I don't spend all the construction points.
Copy that.
New director for the military council, and as we can see, the Cap 5 guy is being recommended with a suitability rating of 100. That's why he's getting the job. Welcome to the job.
Roger that.
Offering to buy population. Well, for once, they're not just recruiting, they're actually trying to buy people, but no, I want my 15,000 people, thank you.
Yes, sir.
We like government, so we'll accept his demand. At some point we'll have to come around and figure out where he is so that we can piss people off by undoing what we're agreeing to do with him, but at the moment, that's fine. Okay, something like that. Stop poking the militia for the bit over here. The other thing is, and I just realized that this is the case, and we should do some movement, is we are occasionally going to get more militia units, because we've been expanding the militancy in these zones. Though apparently even with max militancy, the cities aren't that big, so they don't necessarily get that many militia. Okay, colony over here, it's going to need more people. We also really, really, really want that mine. This is probably the only thing I'm going to build new this turn is the mine. Start building the mine. Which obviously is going to require more workers, like 1,000 more workers. I'll just dump every colonist here as workers.
Roger that.
It'll fire some workers, but it'll be fine. Okay, time to start moving the next brigade across. We'll go with the second. Start strategic moving the second across. Okay, we get like 1.5 depending on what we send. We send colonists instead of workers, which is, or instead of troops, which is fine. I think. Okay, we got some political power. That cap 1... Actually, before we get rid of that cap 1, can I play any bad cards on the cap 1? Personnel... There's the reserve pool, there's the cap 1 guy. The cap 2 guy is going to be decent for initial assignment to Secret Service, so we'll hold on to him. This cap 1 guy is... Other than what he was doing, is not really good. In fact, is not good enough to... well, he's a happy person. There, he likes merit, he likes fist, we like those. He likes government, we like that, but, sorry, you're not good enough to hold on to. So we're gonna try to fire you. Let's hit him with the bronze. If he doesn't quit, we'll swap over to some no retirement. So that's him. It's difficulty 7, so it's probably gonna fail. It did fail. Effect is halved, and yeah, it did fail. Effect is halved. We're only rolling 3d20, so the max we could have rolled was 60, so it was a guaranteed failure. One advantage when we're doing bronze, if we think it's gonna fail,
Roger that.
is we don't actually pay any money out.
Roger that.
Okay, so that's lowering his difficulty. The next one, we'll have to either do a 0 requirement, which will make it harder, because we'll only roll 1d20, which wouldn't work right now, or we'll have to pay more. So what's that working out to? So the other thing to do is let's check relations. Who's our lowest relations? Is a governor. Let's try to raise relations with this governor a little bit. Give him a bonus.
Roger that.
Give him 2 bonuses. Okay, that's a little power. He's now got more decent opinion. Don't know which one that was offhand. I think it was this one. So now up to 65. Would select to be a little bit better. We've got lots of things that are demanding our political power. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Let's see how our power works over the next turn. Well, I think the next turn is when we're really going to see what it's doing. Which probably means I need to continue upgrading the solar panels, if we have the rare earth metals to do so. Oh, we are drawing a little bit of attention from that miner, so we can see they're starting to deploy more forces just to push back on us, which isn't surprising. Around 125 decisions. We have our 9 bureaucratic assets. We achieved our demand. So yeah, taking that hex would probably be considered an act of war, which is why we're not taking it right now. Well, she needs extra funds. We have funds, so we'll give it to them. You're asking for tax reduction now. In fact, if anything, I'm coming around to give you a tax increase. Yeah, I think it's time to go ahead and grab that Secret Service Council. We'll hit no new orders here. What we're hoping is that it will find a medium aircraft, which will probably make into some sort of fighter bomber. And we got money, so we'll negotiate the strike down. Can we send another one across? I think the answer is going to be no. Maybe be able to send the small unit? Yeah, we can send the small unit across. Do then. And colonists. Workers are firing. We're quitting because they don't need as many for the mine. So at this point, it's just getting enough people in the zone that the civilian is fine. So as pop, send 1,000 colonists.
Roger that.
Zooming across the map, looks like everything's fairly stable. How did our construction projects go? I'm hoping all of them completed. We had one solar panel not complete. That's the one in the capital. That's the one I was most tempted to increase. So we're probably going to have some power problems on the next turn. Might be a little bit tight if I do that upgrade, but I will. I'll just queue it up. It'll take a couple turns. Okay, back to trying to remove our reserve pooled Camp 1 guy, Capacity 1 guy. So I'm not going to official gift you. We're trying to have you retire. So it looks like, from previous experience, that bronze retirement is the cheapest in political power, so we'll try that. Didn't succeed. This one we can either go up to silver, which is much more likely to succeed, because we're rolling more dice on that one. Or I can go for a no. Granted, a no probably doesn't make sense to do, because he just doesn't have enough seniority to warrant. Well, it would be expensive from a political power standpoint. We got the money, so we'll spend the money to give him a solo retirement and get him to go away. This guy, we're about to go. We have a job, and then we'll basically bounce around, probably raising opinion over the next couple turns. Compensate for the fact that we fired someone. Yeah, okay. We may also... Oh, that's been delayed a little bit. Okay. It was delayed, not necessarily... No, it was due to workers. Maybe I should have given them more workers. I'm surprised they fired down if they... Well, they're maybe having logistical issues as well. So I think this end turn is going to be the end of the part. So we're just watching to see if anything interesting happens here before we end the part here. Hopefully we have a vaguely balanced power situation. Otherwise we're going to have to start turning... Well, we're going to sort of get coerced into turning various things down from power throttling. Okay, so this is where we're going to head and put the part break. So if you've been watching on YouTube, I hope you've been enjoying. There will be another part up tomorrow, because I'm going to record a couple more in this session. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around for the next part. I suppose if you are actually here for the stream, you must have just gotten the notification, because I'm streaming live on Twitch. Because I'm not actually doing this stream when I'm scheduled to do the stream, so people may be surprised. So I'm not expecting the viewership on the Twitch right now to be particularly high. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one. I'm going to take a quick stretch between parts, so bye for now.